Good evening, everybody. I wanted to do another video opening the bloody gold purses because last time I did it on my other channel and I wanted to do it on my new channel, which is Reaper Development Gaming. So I just wanted to do this again, and I'm going to be opening 1058. I don't like the odd number, but you know, yeah, it just ended up being an odd number based on what I could buy off the auction house. I did not buy a single Savage Blood for more than 50 gold. So, this is basically almost guaranteed pure profit. A lot of them I was able to get for 45 gold per unit, about 200 of them I think, and most of them were 48, 49, and 50 straight across the board. So without further ado, because this is going to be a lot of them, I'm going to start opening them up. Not a single 100 yet. So on another note, has anybody tried out Pokemon Go yet? I've been playing that quite extensively lately, and I gotta say I'm liking it. Team Instinct for life. And I recently got into the beta, and I gotta say, Legion is going to be freaking awesome. Though I'm a little bothered, I guess is the right word to use, at the fact that that warriors don't get Charlemagne, which, for those of you who don't know, Charlemagne is the sword that Varian Wrynn uses, and it's actually it's two swords that became one because Varian was split into two people by Onyxia. I'm pretty sure it was Onyxia, and so I think it was Jaina gifted each Varian a sword. I can't remember the names of the other ones, but combined the names come out to be Charlemagne the Reaver, and it's just a freaking awesome sword with a lot of really good lore in it. They were elven blades, and I'm, a little perturbed that, everybody should know by now that a situation happened on the beta where basically Varian's sword should have gone to a worthy warrior. And that really bothers me because of the fact that you get some ancient thing when Charlemagne would have been, the likely choice. Because you can't have such a major lore object like that just floating off somewhere in the ether. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Legion, so I'm hoping I can get plenty of money to get me started when I get there. Wow. I just got the 100,000 in my last video, so I don't know why I'm only getting the... who knows? Man, this is going to be a lot of purses. I'm probably going to be annoying you guys with my talking. Oh well. I'm sure you'll mute me if you get tired of listening to me ramble on about random stuff. But Legion is going to be so awesome. They did so many good things. There's a lot of things I don't like for instance the whole issue with warriors not getting Charlemagne, but what are you gonna do? It's, Blizzard's, it's too late now. I was gonna make a post about it because some people were saying that minor spoilers ahead. I already spoiled it, so I'll put a spoiler warning in either the title of the video or in the description. So, because I know a lot of people get mad about spoilers, but I mean, this is stuff that basically should be common knowledge at this point, even for people that aren't in the beta. But basically, a lot of people are saying, like, how would the Horde get Charlemagne? You know, and my idea was, well, I mean, why not do a thing to where any Horde warrior that's doing the Broken Shore event ends up being launched or heroic leaping to the Alliance side to help them out, and because of that, they get honored by the Alliance as, you know, having fought with them. You know, a lot of people aren't going to like that because a lot of people are strictly Horde or Alliance. Like, there's no intermingling. I don't have a problem with intermingling because of the fact that, you know, I mean, the Horde and the Alliance, they're both just a people trying to survive. And now the Legion is becoming a threat to everybody. Well, it's been a threat to everybody, but you know what I mean. And so basically, you know, like the Horde warrior, like, you know, being valiant or whatever, would heroic leap over to the side with the Alliance and, you know, would fight alongside them. And then, you know, it'll end up going to the same thing with, you know, with the Alliance warrior, where they, you know, pass out or they faint or whatever, and they wake up on this, I think it's the Skybreaker with Genn Greymane, and then, you know, Genn would say something along the lines of, well, you know, you fought well despite our differences and stuff like that, you know, and so you will be protected by my daughter and my I don't know what the other one is, but I think she's like a knight or something of Gilneas. You know, so you will be protected of the king. Take this letter to the king, you know, and then, you know, the king obviously, you know, being, you know, his dad just died, like I said, spoilers, you know, but still understands that, you know, like the warriors. You know what? I just thought of something. Why couldn't they just make it to where Charlemagne was taken by the Legion when Varian was killed, and so your job as, you know, the warrior is to go get Charlemagne, and since Charlemagne can split into two weapons, you know, then, like, let's say for the Fury, or let's say you get it, okay, you've got the arms weapon, right, and then so for Fury, you unlock the ability to split it into the two swords, and then you've got your Fury swords, you know. But as far as the artifact itself goes, it's two separate artifacts. I don't know how that'd work. Chris Messin's pretty, you know, he's pretty creative, so I'm sure he could come up with a way. But I just kind of, as someone who's been playing Warrior since vanilla and loving it, you know, all the way through, it just kind of, it baffles me that, you know, I mean, it's not really famous as far as, like, in-game lore goes, but Charlemagne is, in and of itself, a legendary sword. There's no way to go about it. Charlemagne is, in current lore, probably one of the most important blades. And yet, it's what, they're gonna bury it with Varian, or, I mean, what are they gonna do with it? I'm sure they have some plan with it, because it would be ridiculous, I think is a good word to put it, to simply just kind of let it fade from, you know, from the lore of the game. You know, I mean, shit, it was in the Legion cinematic, you know, like, come on. I don't know. I'm just a bit perturbed by the fact that, you know, Charlemagne wasn't given to the warrior as one of their artifact weapons. Just, I don't know. I mean, you can bash my logic all you want. I don't care. Charlemagne's freaking awesome. I've wanted that sword for such a long time, ever since they brought Varian back and you saw it, and then, you know, I read the books and stuff, and saw what Charlemagne was, where it came from, how it was made, and how how he was able to split it into two blades. It was just awesome. Jeez, how long is this video gonna go on for? I only have so much I can talk about, considering it's 1 in the morning here. Excuse me. Yeah, but I'm hoping to start making more videos in the future for my Reaper Development Gaming. Reaper Development has been a company that I've had hopes for many years now. I just haven't done anything with it. Now, I'm starting to get a little bit better at farming gold and doing stuff like that. And, I'm maybe thinking on starting to make lore videos for World of Warcraft and other games like Diablo, stuff like that. So, I'm hoping to kind of get into it and hopefully make something out of it. So, I mean, you guys are probably going to get pissed off at me rambling on and on about stupid stuff, like why I'm a little irritated that we're not getting Charlemagne as a warrior, stuff like that, I know a lot of people get mad over stuff like that. Like, I mean, I'm not disappointed with the weapons that I got as a warrior. They have good backstory. They're nice looking weapons, especially the arms weapon. I just got that earlier today, and I gotta say, the reason I even chose arms, even though I'm usually a fury warrior, is because of that sword. That sword just straight looks amazing. And I mean, I can work with work with not being as efficient of a spec as Fury, which is what I noticed. Arms is really good in Legion, that I've noticed, a lot better than what I'm used to dealing with, especially now that you've got the smoother graphics. They've got the updated animations, and they're a lot smoother. They look really good. They did a really good job on that. But as far as that goes, arms, despite it not feeling as efficient as Fury did, because I started one and did the Fury, and then I copied my warrior over, which had much better gear. I didn't realize how horrible the gear that they were going to start me out with was on a pre-made. But while the Furies, it feels a lot more efficient. There's a lot more going on. Whirlwind is now a rage generator, while Bloodlust has a cooldown, which is it's kind of neat how they did that. I really like that now. Like, you don't have to struggle for Whirlwind. Like, that's really gonna help doing old school raid farming as a warrior. Like, now you can just AoE straight out the door, and that is really awesome. And that is one of your main generators. I love that. That is just yeah. As someone who's just getting into farming, that's really, really going to make me happy. And then arms, while it's not as efficient, like, it's just fun. I'm really, really enjoying it. And that weapon, man, Stromkar, I think is what it's called, or Stromgard? Stromkar, I think it's Stromkar. Oh, that sword is just freaking amazing. Like, holy crap. And then I tried Warlocks. Man, I'm loving my Destro Warlock. Loving it. I'm gonna try a Demonology Warlock probably pretty soon here, because, face it, the Demonology artifact weapon is just cool. That is something purely new and unique in WoW. A floating demon head, it's demon skull floating around you, and come on, that's awesome. I tried the Rogue. I don't like it, I'm on a Rogue right now. This was my main for the first half of Warlords, and then I got my warrior up and got him geared up, and even got him into heroic gear, and I've been having a blast with him. And I'm just, what they did to rogues, to me, it doesn't feel right. I know that might seem weird, but, you know, when you consider this rogue is the very first character I made on this account. I've been playing this rogue since 2006. After my first account got hacked and I ended up making a new account, this was the first character that I made. This was my first 60, my first 70 on this account. You know, and I just loved this rogue. And then my warrior was my second character that I made. You know, and I played him. I was a tank all through Burning Crusade. Loved it so amazing tanking back then. Back when it was more about avoidance than it was about stamina, because what's the point of having all that health if you're getting hit every time? But they've obviously done a lot of good as far as changing how that goes. But, you know, but combat is my main spec. I love combat. It's just, to me, it's just one of the best specs. I love combat. And I personally feel like they've destroyed combat. I mean, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, of course. You know, that's no problem. You know, dissenting opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. But to me, the Outlaw Rogue is nothing compared to the Combat Rogue. I mean, I think the pistol's a really neat addition. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, I like it. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like it. But it's weird to me. Like, just the spec feels weird. I couldn't get into it at all. And it just, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I mean, there were some things that I did like. I did like the pistol. I did like the fact that rogues now have a pretty efficient high damage range spell other than freaking Shuriken Toss. I was really, really annoyed by the fact that they took out Burst of Speed, at least for combat rogues. Outlaw rogues. I don't know about the other specs. I haven't looked into them yet, but I looked everywhere and there was no Burst of Speed, and that really pissed me off, because I use this rogue a lot of the time to farm Molten Core so I can try to get my Thunder Fury. You know, I use this rogue to go do my transmog hunts from specific bosses and raids and dungeons. So, you know, to think that... What's that? Gold from creatures? Okay. But to think that they took out a spell, basically, that I understand why people were angry about Burst of Speed. Is a lot of it had to do with PvP. But for PvE, that was one of my favorite spells. One of my favorite abilities. Because when I'm farming, it allowed me to just speed through the dungeon, you know, stealthed, and get past all the stuff that I don't want to deal with all quick. And now I can't do that because they've removed my ability to do so. And, you know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people disagree. You know, they're probably happy that Burst of Speed is gone, at least for the Combat Rogue. I don't know about the other specs. But for me, you know, they took away one of my main utilities for my gameplay style. I don't really like to raid very much. I mean, I will just kind of do stuff. I need to finish my Legendary Ring quest, which I need to do the Hellfire Citadel stuff. I've just been too lazy to do it. But what I do is I farm stuff. You know, and I go and I do old dungeons because I enjoy them. I love doing it. That's what I love doing. And they've just slowed that down significantly. As for, well, when Legion hits anyway. And I'm pretty sure that all this is going in during the pre-patch. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that they said that the Broken Shore invasion stuff is going to be in the pre-patch. Don't take my word for that. But you never know. I'm not sure. As far as, I lost my train of thought. And again, it's also 2 o'clock in the morning, so. And I just spent the last 3 hours running around the park near my house trying to hatch some eggs in Pokemon Go, so I'm pretty, yeah, that exhausted me. let's see, where am I gonna go here? Like, what am I gonna talk about? I don't know what to talk about. UFOs. Aliens are real. Don't deny it. I'm surprised I'm not getting as many 100 pluses or 100 pluses as I did last time. Like, but fortunately, the majority of these I'm making profit on, so that's good. You know, like the 49s and the 48s, I'm not making any profit, except for like on some of the Savage Bloods that I bought. But for the most part, it was about 50-ish, somewhere in that area. Let's see here. What do I want to talk? Oh, Destro Warlocks. I like it. I'm digging it. I love that they made Fire and Brimstone and Talent now. I mean, probably not going to be the greatest thing for raids unless you're swapping your talents between like raid or between bosses, and so you're just running through, you know, doing all that. But as far as like say doing like the Infinite Goblin farm or whatever, like, you know, I mean, if you just wanted to speed through and just blast all these groups one at a time and then just go loot and then, you know, rinse and repeat, like, freaking awesome. Like, but then I don't know how that would work on a Warlock because they don't have like a, as far as I know, I don't remember them having anything that could bring them out of combat. I don't know. But I really loved the, you know, incinerating 30 mobs at a time. Like, that was so awesome. So awesome. A lot of threat generation, but awesome. And then, you know, like, I'm looking forward to that. All through Wrath of the Lich King, my main was my Destro Warlock, and I did, you know, when I was doing ICC and with my guild and all that stuff, I just loved it. So much survivability, so much damage, you know, being around the top 3 constantly, a lot of the times top, you know, number 1, and, you know, and that's with passing on all the best in slot gear because I wanted to save up my EPGP for you know, something like super badass, which I ended up doing. And, you know, being the last one alive during every raid boss because you have so much survivability and so much utility, like personal utility. It was just freaking awesome. I loved Destro Warlock raiding, and it's as of right now, it's a tie between my warrior and my warlock. I'm loving the Arms Warrior. I'm probably going to love the Fury Warrior even more. I love Fury. You know, maybe I'll get back into tanking. I don't know. But as far as, like, how I feel about my Destro Warlock that I made on the beta, I'm really digging it. Really digging it. Loving it. Though my next goal is to make an Enhancement Shaman. Because back in Vanilla, my main was an Enhancement Shaman. And I miss two-handed enhancement. I doubt that they'll bring back two-handed enhancement. I really wish they would. That would be so freaking awesome. Just them Wind Fury procs, man. Oh God, it was just. But you know, Shaman's another one of my all-time favorite classes, and so I'm hoping to be able to get into the Shaman and, you know, actually do something with it and just love it. I would love to fall in love with Shamans again. I just haven't. Enhancement's been my thing for so many years. Enhancement's been my thing, and I feel like, you know, like my enhancement lost so much of its survivability in like out questing and stuff like that. Like I tried to level my enhancement shaman, you know, and this was in full heirlooms and all that stuff with, you know, a whole bunch of extra stuff with the I didn't get the weapons, but I did have the Warlords of Draenor crafting stuff, and it just didn't feel right. It's just ugh, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining over nothing, or maybe I'm just, you know, missing something or doing something wrong. I don't know. It's been so many years since I mained a shaman that I just, you know, I mean, when they came out with the dual wield, that was pretty awesome, but I didn't really get into it. I just, you know, they took away the viability of two-handed enhancement, and that just really kind of, you know, got to me. Man, this is taking a long time. I'm sorry for such a long video. But, you know, I mean, hey, some people might like sitting here for 30 minutes, you know, listening to some guy talk about beta classes and stuff like that, and you know, watching him just open a bunch of bloody purses. So, you know, that'd be cool. I mean, a lot of people are probably not going to like the video. I'm probably going to get a lot of dislikes, you know, if I even get views. Which, I mean, either way, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I don't know how to make a nice quality video yet. You know, I'm trying to get into it. I want to buy a mic. A good mic for recording stuff like this, because I'm sure you can hear that background noise, and that really drives me nuts. I was trying to fix that the other day, but I ended up having my mic way too quiet in the video, and like the sound effects from the game way too loud. So, you know, that screwed up that video. Like, so, you know, hopefully I can get into it and I can start doing stuff, you know, and that attracts attention. Probably gonna start doing Pokemon Go stuff, you know. I might start from scratch and do like a challenge series where I start from scratch and I don't use anything from the shop, and I basically, like, you know, like I can't drive anywhere while playing. I have to walk everywhere, you know, because I'm a really heavy set guy, and I do need to lose weight, and I do need to get healthy. So, you know, that might actually help, you know. And I'd like to get it, because I've talked to a couple YouTubers before who said that they make all of their living off of YouTube. And, you know, it's like, hey, why not? Maybe, you know, maybe I can get good enough and I can find my own unique thing. Like opening these bloody purses, that's not unique. You know, I'm not the first person to do that. Obviously. So, I mean, who knows? You never know. And I've already made a huge profit, because I spent roughly 35,000 on the Savage Bloods. And wait, 35,000. My math might be wrong here. I'll have to do some math here in a second. Okay, 5308 is what I made from that. Let's see here. So 35,000 divided by, I think the median price I paid was 49, so 714. Oh yeah, I paid a lot more than 30,000, probably about 45,000. But I did make profit. I know for a fact I made profit. So, you know, I mean, 1,058, and I made 53,008. The RNG gods weren't with me this time. Last time, I think about 50% of them were 100 gold or more. So the RNG gods definitely abandoned me. But, you know, I mean, hey, you know, whatever works, right? So hopefully I can, hopefully you guys liked the video. I hope you did. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll definitely be trying to make more videos. If not, you can dislike it if you want, you know, or you can do nothing. You can just find something much more entertaining and, you know, to watch and listen to. And hey, you guys have a good one. Later.